Rachel, and I'm so excited that you're joining me for CC's Cycle 2, Week 2 Latin. Last week, we introduced the present tense endings, the first conjugation present tense endings. This is week 2. These will also come back weeks 13 and 14. So as soon as I showed this visual to my students, they immediately went, O-S-T, and went through the conjugation endings. The visual was an instant trigger, the present, to remembering those first conjugation endings. So a reminder, last week I had a present that I brought to class, and I said, when you get a present, you might say, oh, for me? Oh. So that is how we began present tense endings. Oh, and I reached inside of the bag, and inside of the bag I had S-T. So we said, O-S-T. And then we said, if someone got you a gift that you just weren't expecting and it was completely unnecessary, you might say, must-tisn't. O-S-T, must-tisn't. Oh, that was so kind of you. So this week we sang it together a couple of times. And then I changed it up a little bit. I had this present and we passed it. I had the students come up and we made a circle and we passed it to the rhythm of the song, to the endings. O-S-T, must-tisn't. And we passed it around the circle like that, all singing together. Then we repeated it, but each student individually only sang the ending when they were holding the bag. So the first student would say O, and the second student S, the third student T, must-tisn't. And we went around the circle like that. And then we got to the end of the song. I had the students open it. And inside of the bag this week, I had baggies of goldfish for each of my students. And this led beautifully into geography. So we were using these goldfish for geography. So they brought these back to their seat and then we went directly into our next subject. Also, last week I shared with you that I had created for my students, for every single student, the house of present tense. So you also have the option, if you have made these for your students, to take them, give each student a bag, and they dump it out in front of themselves, and they have their top, their roof of their present tense house, and then singing the songs to themselves, they put the conjugation endings in order. So we have O, S, T, must, tisn't. O-S-T, must-tisn't. This will be very helpful in weeks to come because again, we've already done 2 weeks of the first conjugation present tense endings. We'll see them again weeks 13 and 14. With my older students, I will have these not just for present tense, I'll have them for the pluperfect, for the imperfect, I'll have them for all of them. And I can eventually mix up both the roofs and the endings, and the students will confidently be able to separate and organize the endings according to what tense they are. It is a fantastic thing to see your students just grow and thrive and really solidly know the information. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching. God bless.